everybody? This is Living in Arizona Now, and today we're going to talk about some hidden places around Arizona that most of you have probably never heard of. And to those of you out there who are going to say, why are you trying to blow up all the hidden spots? Most of the people won't even end up getting out to most of these places. Some of them will get to maybe one or two, but even that in volume is not going to blow up any of these places. So don't worry about that. I mean, the infrastructure is really not even there. You'll see as we go through this area. But for those of you who like to explore, this is perfect for you. By the way, if you guys love getting out into Arizona, we've made so many different videos. One of them that actually became popular was Life in Arizona is About to Change. If you haven't seen that live stream, you can click on that next. It's a bit long, but it kind of went viral. It's got 41,000 views in 5 days, and it was a live stream. But we've done Arizona small towns. We've done off-road Arizona for those of you who really want to get out there. Some of these places that are being mentioned, you guys will see in this. But get out there and explore Arizona, Arizona city tours, walking tours of the cities, Arizona road trips. Go watch those. I mean, binge watch them. Watch them as much as you want. Send this channel to your friends and even send this video to your friends and bookmark it so you guys can come back to it for those of you who want to actually explore Arizona properly. So let's go ahead and get into this. And we're going to end up going to Arizona, of course, the whole big state. This is one of the most sparsely populated states in the country. I mean, right next door is New Mexico. We can make a whole video on that, but this is an Arizona channel. New Mexico is incredible as well. But let's get into some of these places. I'm going to give you about 10 in this video. So first one I want to talk about is called Sycamore Canyon, okay? So most people, they end up go to Oak Creek Canyon. Now, Oak Creek Canyon is really nice. Let me just exit out of the little face there. And so this area right here is 89A. A lot of you guys who come out to Sedona, you guys cruise the 89A. You know it's already too populated. It's too crowded. And, you know, it's a beautiful canyon as you go up in there. This is not what I'm going to highlight today. I'm talking about its little brother, the Sycamore Canyon. So you can see, here's the Oak Creek Canyon. Over here is Sycamore Canyon. So Sycamore Canyon is really sparsely populated, and it's right there where the Verde headwaters kind of begin. But out here, you get out there, you explore. It's really amazing out in the Sycamore Canyon area. So if you haven't quite gotten out there, definitely consider it. I mean, it's a little bit off the beaten path, but it'll be worth it. So moving on from the protected canyon along Sycamore, okay, we're going to actually head out down south, southern Arizona here. This area is an area that I've recently fallen in love with the last few times I've come down here. It's where Portal, Arizona is. This area is known as the Chiricahuas. Now you have the Chiricahua Peak, okay? And the thing that makes this place really unique is the rock spires out here. I mean, they got some high altitude, high elevation. They get snow occasionally. I mean, it rises right out of the desert floor. It's really close to Mexico. And yeah, this one's not as secretive as most people think it is, but it's not also mainstream. Now, they have a place out here called Cave Creek near Portal. There's two Cave Creeks in Arizona, by the way. Cave Creek north of Phoenix, and then there's the Cave Creek area down here. They have some camping. If you can get out here and explore around Portal, you just go up into this canyon. Let me see if I can get the little orange guy to go through here for you. And you could see really a cool place back in here. Sorry, the rendering's taking a little bit of time, but it's like a chaparral kind of environment back here. A little bit of pines if you go up into the hills. They've also got lots of caves back in there. We've made a video actually about the Chiricahuas on the channel, fully dedicated if you guys wanted to check that out. But now you have two places to explore. Not too many people come out here. This one's in southeastern Arizona, nearby New Mexico. There's the Arizona-Mexico border. It's just up top of Agua Prieta. Okay, now we're actually going to go back up to northern Arizona. This here is truly northern Arizona. This area is called the Vermilion Cliffs. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this area in detail a little bit, but it's along 89A. So in order to get out here, you actually have to wrap around the Grand Canyon. That means you have to go through Page, but you can see it's real sparsely populated out here. Now, what makes it so cool is this Marble Canyon area, and this is the Vermilion Cliffs. These cliffs are crazy. I mean, they have like a Fred Flintstone like rock village out here. Really a cool place to explore. And there's going to be a couple places that I'm going to highlight in the Vermilion Cliffs area. If you guys haven't ever come up here, Definitely worth a trip. It's right there on the Utah border, really. There's Marble Canyon there, the Colorado River, okay? So up here on this trip, you can do the Glen Canyon Dam, okay? You can do Horseshoe Bend, and then you wrap around into the 89A. You go through here into the Marble Canyon area, Vermilion Cliffs, really a cool area to explore, right? Along 89A. And then you come up into this area where they got Jacobs Lake, right? Well, this area here is really cool because this is essentially the northern rim. This is North Rim Grand Canyon, and it's pines up here. Okay, so you get the Jacob Lakes Lookout Tower. All right, that's a campground around here. You got Sabalos Trailhead, and then right up here is Kaibab. So this area is known as Kaibab. And if you actually, now a lot of people are going to say, well, this isn't really that hidden, but here's the deal. Most people, when they go to the Grand Canyon, they don't go to the North Rim, okay? Most people do not go to the North Rim. And North Rim has a campground. They've got a few different campgrounds out here. I mean, these pictures you can see, they don't really do it justice, but you guys get the idea. The North Rim is a totally different experience than the South Rim, mostly because of the environment around there. It's way less crowded. They have the Bright Angel Point. They've got the buffaloes, wild buffaloes up here. So that's really cool. And then, like I said, it's the Kaibab Plateau. So North Rim, Grand Canyon, really cool. And then they have this place called The Wave. Have you guys ever heard of The Wave? Now, you have to get a permit to go out here, but you could see 4.7 stars on Google. And yeah, it's a cool hike. I mean, you walk right through these sandstone, in the sandstone environment. And that's all up there on the 89A. That's northern Arizona. If you haven't ever explored up there, wow, what a place. I mean, I went on a road trip up there. Like I said, you do the Glen Canyon Dam around Lake Powell. You go through the Vermilion Cliffs along 89A. You can actually check out Coyote Bluffs, which is actually where the wave is. And then you make your way on down to the Kaibab Plateau and North Rim Grand Canyon. And all that's right there. So you got Vermilion, you got Lake Powell, you got the Wave and the Coyote Bluffs, and then Kaibab. All that in northwestern Arizona. You could also go out to that cool town, Fredonia. And if you really wanted to have some fun, head out to Utah and check out St. George. You can all do that on the same trip. It's just a little bit further beyond. But that's all northwestern Arizona. It's a lot harder to get to the North Rim than it is to the South Rim. Okay, now we're going to actually go to another area that I really, really like, and this place is called Aravaipa. This is one of the most amazing areas in Arizona to explore. Not many people get out there. It's not many roads out here, but this is called Aravaipa. There's Mount Turnbull right here. You can kind of see it. But getting out here, oh my goodness, it is sparsely populated. The train goes through here, obviously. But really beautiful if you explore out here in springtime. Look at that. There's a big old Mount Turnbull. But the Aravaipa Wilderness is absolutely incredible. Words don't even do it justice. Do some research on Aravaipa. So if I just type in gotta get the Aravaipa Canyon. Let's see here. Okay, see, okay, 4.8. I mean, people who go out here, whenever you see something 4.8, 4.7, that's a really high ranking. But this is just beautiful desert out here. Lots of Native American ruins as well. You can explore out here for a few days. The Aravaipa Canyon Wilderness area, beautiful. I mean, coming out here in fall, coming out here and say, spring, fall or spring, autumn, going out here in the heat of the summer, you're going to have to deal with monsoons out here, but just an incredible wilderness. There's lots of bobcats out here, lots of wildcats, bears probably, yeah, mostly bears. There's going to be bears out there, black bears roaming around, but also mountain lions. I mean, this is a place you can really get out there and find some raw, natural Arizona. And I think that's what you guys are kind of looking for when you get out there and explore, right? Now, another area that you can explore if you're around Phoenix, let me give you some spots around Phoenix for those of you who are down there and you want to, start maybe small, like, bite-sized pieces. You don't want to do something too intense, but you want to get out there. What I'd recommend for some of you who are getting just started on this, go up towards Black Canyon City and look for this place called the Bumble Bee, okay? Now, there's a town out here. I believe this was featured on one of these shows here recently. It's called Cleator. Someone bought this town, Cleator, right here. believe it or not. It's just a little blip on the map. Most people don't even know about it, but someone actually bought the whole town. Look at the little orange guy doesn't even go out there. We actually made a video about the Senator Highway going up to Crown King. So you go Cleator along the Bumble Bee, and then you come up in here into an area called Crown King. Now there's Bradshaw City right here. This whole area is known as the Bradshaws, the Bradshaw Mountain. You've got Horse Thief Basin. So you're going to go up high altitude. You're up in Crown King when you're around here. And wow, the views up here looking down into Phoenix, kind of cool. You can get some views, but you're coming up here just mostly because it's so chilled out. I mean, look, you can't even get the little guy to go down there. It's so off the radar. But the cool thing about going up here, see, they've got another Cave Creek right here. They just keep calling everything Cave Creek, but this one here has a highway. It's called the Senator Highway, and you can actually take the Senator Highway right here all the way to Prescott. It'll take you about 2 to 3 hours, and you definitely need to have a vehicle prepared to do it. And I'm talking 4x4. You could probably get by with a 6-cylinder, but I would definitely recommend 4x4 if you're going to go out here. But you're going to come across some real amazing wilderness out here. For those of you who talk about bugging out, this is where you want to bug out to. They got Palace Station out here. I mean, it's just one cabin, Mount Union. But then you finally get closer to Prescott. You get up into Potato Patch out here. You've got all this stuff, Hassayampa Lake, Lynx Lake, Groom Creek, and then you finally end up out there in Prescott after a good 3 or 4 hours of exploring. You can kind of backdoor here if you wanted to kind of do half of it through Mayer. So you could do backdoor, or you could do the Bumble Bee, Crown King, and then exit off into Mayer. I don't know. I just did the whole thing. Bumble Bee, Crown King, all the way up into Potato Patch, and then wrap around and then come back down on the 69. They also have a cool spot over here. I don't know if you guys know about Acrosanti. This is just a little bonus information. But this is kind of like it's like a New Agers kind of like hippie retreat. They built it in the canyon. It's a great concept, but it hasn't, it's been around for a while and it hasn't quite taken off. But it's an interesting architectural marvel out there nearby Cordis Lakes, Cordis Junction area. Now we're actually going to check out another area around the Phoenix metro. Well, closer to Phoenix. This one's going to be out towards beyond Sun City, beyond Peoria, and you go out here to a place called Wickenburg, okay? And what you're looking for out here is Vulture City Mine. So we're going to talk about Vulture City here. Oh, let's see if we can get this thing to work. Vulture City Ghost Town, okay? So this is one of the original ghost towns, 4.6, 4.7. Now, this is temporarily closed, but the area around here you can still explore. This was actually one of the first gold mining or mining outfits in Arizona. They were actually growing food down in Phoenix to bring up to the miners up in Vulture City back many, many moons ago. So I would say probably around 1900s, this area was probably more booming than the Phoenix Valley area. They were just growing food down there in Phoenix, in the valley, and then bringing it up here to the miners up here in Vulture City. Like I said, it's kind of temporarily closed right now, but either way, you can explore out here, and this is a nice area to explore. It's a bit beaten path. Wickenburg's a big town. You can get a nice lunch there. They've got a cool little Hassayampa River around here if you wanted to cool off in the river for a minute, put your feet in the water. That's the kind of cool thing to do out there by Wickenburg. And if you wanted to explore a little bit further beyond that, you can actually go out to Yarnell and Peoples Valley. This is another area that wraps around up into Prescott. You could actually do the Senator Highway, and then instead of going back down 69, back through Cordis Junction and stuff, I-17, you come back down 89 right here. So you kind of loop around. I mean, you could stay the night in Prescott, Fort Whipple, go through there, and then just kind of dip down into Peoples Valley, and then, head through Congress, get some nice views out here in Yarnell. For those of you who saw that movie about the firefighters, that was up there in Yarnell. That was a big fire. You guys have seen that. I think like 15 firefighters perished in that. So if you haven't already heard of that. But like I said, heading out there to that Vulture City ghost mine. Unfortunately, it's closed right now, but we don't know when it'll open up. But that whole area out there, you can at least scope out, see the desert around there, really unique. They've got the natural rock arch. They got a few of these around Arizona. But then there's another cool place to check out if you guys wanted to explore around northwest western Arizona. Okay, now, disclaimer, this whole area right here is reservations. You got Navajo Nation, you've got the Hopi Reservation. So you have to pay attention where you're going around here and what kind of permissions are allowed. So that's a disclaimer that I'm putting out there. You got to know where you're going around here. But wow, this place is loaded with some incredible places. You guys all know about Monument Valley around here. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily hidden, but Monument Valley out here along this whole area, you just drive around here. You got Kayenta, and Monument Valley. You got monuments in these rocks all the way out there. They say it's an old seabed. Anyways, I'm not going to use that little orange guy going down there because everything pulls up so slow. But you guys know about Monument Valley. We did a full video on Monument Valley. You guys can go through it, take a look at it. It's on our channel, Monument Valley. It's about a 20-minute video highlighting everything you need to know about Monument Valley. Lots of horses. This is where they did some westerns. But the area around here isn't just Monument Valley. Now, I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can explore, see if you can get the permits and see if you can get the permissions to explore around here. This is out near Four Corners. This is Four Corners. You got Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona, right? Look at right here, Four Corners. Standing all four corners at one point in time, and one leg over here, one leg over there, and then two arms, in different places. Well, you got Canyon de Chelly. Let's see, it looks like Canyon de Chelly, but right here, they've got some hotels, so that's good. They got a Holiday Inn. That's where I would stay, although it doesn't have the best reviews. But you've got these junction overlooks right here, South Rim. Now look at these views, my goodness. This place is absolutely incredible. Canyon de Chelly. It's awe-inspiring. It's incredible out there. But you can't really go down into the bottom. But if you can get permission, that'd be great. But it's not so easy to get permission to go down there. But this is nearby Chinle, okay? Seriously, watch our Monument Valley video. You'll see some information about Canyon de Chelly. But then out there by Tuba City, there's this real crazy place. And this is what I wanted to show you to begin with. So this is Tuba City. And you've got, let me show you Tuba City here. So you've got this old coal. It's called the Old Coal Canyon. Old Coal Canyon. Let me see if I can get you out there. Well, it's kind of up in here. It's called Old Coal Canyon. Coal Canyon. Let me see if I can get up in here real quick. Coal Mine Canyon. There it is. Okay, so look at 4.7. Lots of people love it, but look how crazy the rock formations. I mean, this place is nuts. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Look at the dirt sediment. I mean, there's different times throughout history where different sediments formed and created these layers. Look at that. It's like a geological just wonder, isn't it? And then the erosion came and just kind of revealed it all to us. But that's out here in Coal Canyon, okay? So you get out there. Now that's near Tuba City, out there near the reservation. So take that into consideration. Now I'm going to tell you another thing. There's this place that used to be open, and I believe it's closed, but it's called Chocolate Falls, okay? Now that used to be open, and it's kind of, well, now it's called Grand Falls, but this is actually taller than the Niagara Falls, okay? It's on the reservation. I'm just throwing it in there for bonus information, but you can't go in there anymore. It's off limits, okay? But look at that. Now, this doesn't always run also. It has to be a big rain going in order to really reveal it. So after a big rain, a big flood, a big monsoon, big whatever, wow, that place just really just rips. It's taller than the actual Niagara Falls. Unbelievable, right? All right. So we're going to take a look at a couple more spots, see if I can get you some bonus information here. And we've already talked about most of the big ones, but I'm going to give you some real hidden areas for you to explore next. Now, this one is out there by Kingman. So the cool thing about going out to Kingman here is you're going to have this place called Oatman, okay? But these mountains out here, really interesting mountains. Hualapai Peak, look at that, Hualapai Peak right here. Okay, you can camp out here. It's high altitude, high elevation up here. Down in the valley floor is desert, but up here, pines. Isn't that cool? And no one comes up here. I mean, a few people from Kingman, but most people, when they go to Kingman, they just drive right through. You can see they get some thick, thick uh, snow. I mean, it's crazy cool up here. Look at, get these vans, get these RVs. Look at the bucks. You got a big buck deer right here. Dang, look at that. It's on Hualpai Peak. But around here, you got that Oatman. Oatman's kind of cool because uh, there's a lot of history in Oatman. It's an old mining village area, and they have donkeys or mules. We actually did a video on Oatman and Kingman, so if you guys wanted to check that out, but you could see right here they got the old donkeys and mules. They just come right up to you, right there in the town. Isn't that crazy? It's a cool place right there. Now, a lot of you are talking about, well, what if we did the Route 66? Is there anything to see out in Route 66? Well, Route 66 kind of runs along I-40 anyway, but there is this place that people check out. It's called Two Guns. Now, Two Guns got a cool name, right? I mean, that's really what Two Guns is mostly known for, is the name. People are like, oh, wow, where's Two Guns? Well, here's Two Guns gas station right along here. I want to say it's nearby the Little Colorado River, but they have the Apache Death Cave. That's kind of a diabolic place. I mean, I wouldn't really want to spend too much time there, but wow, this place is kind of eerie. And, look up the history on why it got its name. We don't like to glorify anything like that, but, this whole area, some people like to go around these kind of places. I wouldn't get too far into it, mostly because, you never know. You never know what kind of spirits and stuff are out there, but I mean, you also don't want to be insensitive to the locals or anything, but I mean, it's a place people go. You got the Canyon Diablo Bridge. I mean, the names out here speak for themselves. If you don't know what Diablo means, I mean, one of them places. Out here, actually, on a brighter note, you can actually go out to the Meteor Crater area. If you haven't been out to Meteor Crater, this is a crazy place. We did a full video on Meteor Crater. This is a trip around Flagstaff. Okay, so when you go out to Flagstaff, you just go east a bit and you get to Meteor Crater. I think they offer hikes or tours down there. It's actually privately owned, but Meteor Crater has a visitor center, and you can go around here. It's kind of no man's land. I would say coming out here spring or fall again. Winter is a little bit too chilly. I'll give you guys a couple more since we're in the habit of showing you guys cool places. If you didn't want to go all the way up there to Painted Desert. If you didn't want to go all the way out there to that area I was just showing you up there by Tuba City, a kind of coal mine place, head out to the Painted Desert. Now the Painted Desert is similar. It's in the similar area. It's not quite so far, but it's also around the Petrified Forest. Now, I can't really say that the Petrified Forest is necessarily underrated because it's a whole national park. I mean, but it's really cool to get out here. I mean, we've mentioned it in a few of our videos. If you haven't been out to the Petrified Forest, I mean, you can see again. They call it the Painted Desert out there if you look north, right? But I mean, this is a place. There's some petrified wood. They said this was actually down there by the Costa Rica at one point in time. So when the tectonic plates moved or whatever it was that moved, there was a big forest here, marsh and jungles, and then when the trees fell, they became petrified over time, and that's what you're looking at right here is an old tree. Now it's a total desert. Nothing grows out here, as you can see from way above, right? This is the Petrified Forest National Park, big area to explore. I would say coming out here, I wouldn't necessarily try and stay in the national park. I would say that's more of an area you'd want to go. Probably stay in Flagstaff, come on out here, do the Winslow standing on the corner thing, check out Two Guns if you're really up for that, and then head over to the Petrified National Park, and then you can dilly-dally around there if you wanted. Last one I'm going to show you. This is again on the reservation, but there's a cool place. It's a great drive that I've done. It's the Salt River Canyon. So you all know about the Salt River, but the Salt River Canyon is upstream. It's on the res. Again, we've talked about this on a couple of our videos. I mean, this is like Grand Canyon 2.0. This is the baby Grand Canyon. This is the Salt River. I mean, don't ever underestimate the power of the rivers, right? Out here in Arizona. I mean, these rivers get going, don't they? And the Salt River Canyon, absolutely amazing out here. And then so you can go out there and explore around here if you guys wanted to do that. Again, this is on the reservation. Apache Sitgreaves is just up above here. Usually, what people do is they head out there. They go along. They go out towards Queen Valley, which is beyond Mesa. On Highway 60, you go through Superior, hit up Top of the World. Not really too much to see in Top of the World, except for you're on the top of the world. And then you go through Globe, Miami, but then you go up above and you go up into the US 60. If you went this way, you'd end up in a really unique area. That's up there by Young. Really hard to get to. I mean, this place is really off the beaten path. If you haven't done this route right here, crazy up here. They got so many campgrounds too. This is 288 Globe Young Highway. This will take you all the way from the Roosevelt Lake area, which is the first reservoir along the Salt River project system, out through Young, and then you come up above here. You're in Christopher Creek up there on the Mogollon Rim. We've talked about the Mogollon Rim many times. You can also check out this whole little area right here. No one really comes out here. I told you this is that area that, it's kind of scary up here. The best place to see stars, I said, was Kaibab and Mogollon Rim. So at nighttime, look at, they even got places called Lost Eden. Why do you think they would call it Lost Eden? Well, probably good reason for that. There's a beautiful canyon right here, West Clear Creek. If you guys get out here, you can do some hiking it through here. Very, very dangerous though. I mean, you'd want to go with a crew of people, but they've got some crazy stuff out here. Look at this. West Clear Creek Hidden Garden. Hanging Gardens. I mean, it's real beautiful in here. And the reason it's not highly visited, again, because it's so rough and tumble to get in here. It's not easy to get into the West Clear Creek. I guess you could say save the best for last. That would probably be it. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. Also, you guys were asking about my other channel, Economic News Insights. It's booming. You guys were like, which channel is it? Where is it? Economic News Insights. This is it right here. You guys can come over and subscribe. I told you about it, and you can check it out. So we'll see you over on the next one.